Hello everyone, I'm Olden in the Way. You join me today in the Subterranean Lounge, the old Crow and Cardinal, on a sort of blustery day, but the warmest day of the week for us. It will hit maybe 28 degrees. The fun starts on Friday when we have a high of -5 degrees Fahrenheit, which I think is cold by anyone's standards. So, I am here today, sans pipe. I am still battling a cold that's been hanging on for quite some time. I think I've turned the corner. No woe is me today. We're on to other things. You may remember my last video. I mentioned a Navigator pipe made in Denmark. I had not heard of Navigator previous to finding this on the Etsy website. It needed some work. I showed you that. What I wanted to do today was show you how it came out. First of all, I'll show you a little video. It'll be a repeat for some of you to see that first couple of minutes where I do the as found condition. But then I've added a couple of more little short videos to show you more of the process. And if you come back, which I hope you do, I will do the final reveal. So stay tuned for that. And, before we go any further, one thing I did want to mention was that I watch and I follow Bobby Six Guns. If you haven't seen his channel, you're not aware of him, I've got a link in the description box for you. He's a great guy. I had the pleasure of meeting him at last year's Chicago Pipe Show. He had a few hours to spare. He drove up to Chicago and visited the show, and I had a nice talk with him. And I hope to see him this year too. Well, Bobby does a bunch of different things. He's pretty handy, and he does some forging. He does some woodworking, and he had a tamper that he'd made that I really admired. And so I asked him if he had any extras or if he was going to make more in the future. Please count me in. I would love to purchase one from him. And less than a week later, I got a parcel in the post, and lo and behold, it was said tamper. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Forged by Bobby, a little twist in there, and this super cool pick. I just love this thing. It's got really nice weight to it. Thanks so much, Bobby. It was so kind and generous of you to send this to me. I really do think a lot of fellas out there would love this. So I hope you make more. So on with the show. I'll be back in just a few minutes to do the reveal of the Navigator. Stay tuned. So this little video is to document the condition of this stem of the Navigator pipe that I just purchased. And we'll zoom in here and see what condition the as found state is. It's pretty rough. I'm going to try to save it. I don't believe I can get there's no way that I can see getting another stem of this stepped style, and it would be a shame to simply replace it with a straight stem or saddle bit stem. That will be an alternative if this doesn't work. But this is the as found condition. The previous owner really loved this pipe and thought it was delicious. So what I'm going to do is I've created this end piece, sort of crude, but all the components are there. The button, the fishtail, the bite zone. I've added a knockout pin to help with release. So the idea would be to fill it with epoxy and position the stem in there let it cure, pop it out, flip it, and do the same procedure with the other side. At least then I will have a shape that I can play with. I won't be just blobbing epoxy on the end of this thing and kind of flailing around. This would give me a structure that I can at least start with. Hopefully that works. Knockout pin has been added to help release. I'll put another couple coats of wax on here. I don't think I have any undercuts that'll prevent the part from coming out. We'll see. But I just wanted to document this and show you my approach. Okay, time to eject the part. Okay, I'm pretty happy. It's a little bit rough, but the shape is there. The button. Okay. I just mixed up my second batch of Milliput, a 2-part epoxy putty. And let's get some light over here. Here is the top side. Let's see if we can zoom in on that. I already started to do a little bit of filing on it. And I've just placed it in the mold to do the other side. The curing time on this is 3 to 4 hours. Might be a little bit chilly in the cellar here. I'll probably let it go for most of the day, just to be sure. So there you have it. Well, I hope you found that interesting and perhaps give you some ideas for your own reconstruction or repair on a stem that you may have that could use some tender loving care. So without any further ado, I'm going to show you the pipe in total. There it is. This pipe caught my eye. It's very Nordic looking. It's got that acorn bowl and thick walls, yet rather elegant, very shapely. The stem definitely must go with this stummel. It would be a lesser pipe in my eyes without it. As far as the stummel goes, there was some volcano on the rim, which I removed with some soap, Murphy's oil soap, and then I did a very light polish and I restained the rim. The rest of the pipe was cleaned up with Murphy's and waxed. So there are a few dings and nicks in the stummel, but that's part of its history, and I'm not going to change that. So it's an extremely light pipe. That's something else that I really find appealing. I do happen to like featherweight pipes. The chamber is large enough to be able to put a full flake in there, so I can easily get an hour or more smoke out of this. But yet at 30 grams, it's extremely light, easy to clench. So it really fits the bill. I'm so pleased that I came across this and was able to bring it back to life. So I hope this was enjoyable. I hope that maybe it gave you some knowledge and ideas for your own repairs. So until we see each other again, take it easy, but take it.